Hey everyone, in this video we will go ahead and utilize our model and create a very simple console application by which we can talk to Azure AI Foundry, and we'll see we have this GPT-5 Nano which we provisioned in the last video. We will utilize the same model, but if you have any other model which is provisioned, you can use the same. In this, what we will do, as you can see, this is a simple model. I can just say hi and then it will respond. It's a reasoning model. Currently the reasoning effort is set to very high, so it just think for a couple of seconds before responding. Okay, now what we can do, Azure AI Foundry provide a couple of helpful sample code to just create a very bare bone console application, and we can utilize the same. So if I click on the view code over here, as you can see, we have a bunch of programming language, and we can get the code to connect from that programming language. But in our case, I'm going to go and utilize the JavaScript or TypeScript, and we'll just run this simple code, and it should talk to our model using Azure Foundry SDK. Okay. Now, we can't simply copy paste this code and just say Node.js and give our JS file, because it has a couple of dependencies. So we have to completely initialize our node application. That is something we will do, but before we do that, I just wanted to bring this very two important topic. One is this inter id authentication, and another is a key authentication. So whenever we have to talk to any of the model or any of the AI Foundry project, we have two options here. Okay, so we can do key based authentication. So here what we can do, you see we have this API key. You can just go copy this API key, put in your project, and then you run this code and it will automatically pull that from environment file. And this is a great if you just want to do a little bit of a quick check with your models. But this is not the safest option, because if your key gets leaked, anybody can take that key and copy paste. So you have a responsibility to make sure you are storing it in a very safe and secure place. But we have other option, which is a intra-ID authentication, and we often call it in Azure environment also a managed identity. In this case, we don't have to create any key and everything. It will just utilize your token using your Azure CLI. So what I meant is like the only requirement for this, if you want to go for the intra-ID authentication, you have to make sure you have a Azure CLI install, and you have logged in your Azure CLI. So if I just go Azure account and say show, it will give me my current account with the subscription and tenant ID, and then you can see like, okay, we are authenticated. Okay, because it's gonna utilize that credential for you. So if you don't have Azure CLI installed, if you don't have authenticated that, I would say go and try with the key-based authentication. Only the difference is you can copy this code. I'm going to, just because I have already logged in, I'm going to go and utilize the intra-ID based authentication. Okay. So before that, what we could do, let's fire up our terminal. Okay. I'll just create a simple, I would say, AI Foundry Foundry, and I'll say YouTube. Uh, and let me just go to this AI Foundry, and yeah. So I'm in this folder. Let me open this with the VS Code. Uh, okay, I think it looks good. What I will do is, let's do a simple npm init, because that's what we are gonna do. And when you initialize this, it will create a simple package.json. I think it's taking type as a common JS. Let's change it to module, because we are going to write our JavaScript in a module based system. So, and let's say create this index.js as well. So if I do index.js, and just to make sure, if you want to add any script, you can just say, we can do start, and we can say node index.js. So what we could do, if I just simply go and say console.log, and I say hello. Okay, now I can just go and say npm start, and it should just give me the hello. Okay, so we just simply set up the project now, but we don't have any package or a library which we have to do, and let's get that installed. So if we come back here, we can see it is kind of importing a couple of uh, object from OpenAI from .env. .env is to read your environment variable. In our case, because we are using the intra ID authentication, we already have a fallback set of whatever the AI found the URL for us. But you can put a .env file and you can put a key of your endpoint and it will pick up that, and this will be the fallback. And we also have to install Azure/identity because that's what it's going to use to take that default credential. But as you can see, if I go to key-based authentication, we are simply using the OpenAI and .env, and that's it. We don't need that Azure identity for authentication, because here we are going to use the key-based authentication. So let me quickly install this packages. So we can simply say npm I, and I can say OpenAI, or I can do one thing. If you just put space and you can paste all these packages and it will install in one attempt. So let me copy this as well. I can say paste this. Okay. Also, we need this .env. Okay, and let's paste the .env, and it will install all these three packages for us. Okay. So if we go to the package.json now, we can see that here we have a dependency of open of Azure identity, and we have OpenAI, we have .env. I think .env we can install it as a developer dependency. That should be fine, but I think for this application it's okay. So now quickly just go ahead and copy paste this code. Okay, and I'll explain like what exactly is happening over here. So as we can see, we have a simple function which is just initiating our main function, and then if we go into the main function, we have an endpoint. Again, it is automatically picked up by that code, but if you want to go and find your endpoint, what you can go to this overview, and then you can find your project URL over here. Okay, and if I go here, then we have the API version, we have the deployment. This is nothing but the model deployment. At the time of the deployment, you might have put some name. It should match the deployment name. In our case, it was a GPT-5 Nano. And then we have this API version. I think this three thing is what we need from the Azure AI Foundry. And here we are setting up the default credential. This is specifically for that Entra-based authentication, or we can also call it as a managed identity. And here we are just giving a scope to get the credential. Okay, this will just give us the token. And now what we do, we initialize the Azure OpenAI class, and we are providing endpoint. We are providing our token provider and API version and deployment, and we get this client, and we can just say client.chat.completion, and we can create that particular chat. And uh, here we are giving a couple of things. Here if you can see, we are giving a developer. So this is nothing but the system prompt which your chat will have. So let's say if you're trying to this chatbot to be a very specific salesperson, you can give that particular prompt over here, and this is the message, and this is the assistant. So for example, this will define like, hey, what this particular chatbot should respond. Okay, and I think, I don't know if it's a duplicate, we can just delete this. I think this three should be fine. And what we can do, we can quickly just run this. I can say npm start, and then that's it. Okay, and I can say npm start, and this will just start the application. Currently we are not reading anything from .env, but you can see it kind of just replied with, we deployed, we just put a hi, and it responded with whatever we set it to respond. But we can put anything. I can say write a simple C# hello world. Okay, and then if I run it again, now this time it should go and give me the code for that particular C# along with the instruction and all those things. Currently, because this is whatever response we are getting, we are just spitting it out in the JSON. But when you have a a nice UI on top of this, it will properly show you as a chat conversation. So here we can see it provided us a way to simply run a simple hello world program, and it just gave us a bunch of things how you can use .NET SDK and all those things. So this is the one of the way we can connect our code or our application to this Azure AI Foundry. And yeah, this is what I have. Probably in next video we can try to do the same but with the .NET and C#. Thank you so much.